Hello, welcome back, and today's video is all about descriptive writing. So in general, I don't have the easiest time with descriptive writing. There's other aspects of writing that I enjoy more, such as writing dialogue. And then also because there is a fine line between a good, necessary description and description overkill. And then there's also the problem of cliches. I find myself writing cliches a lot and I have to go back and fix them. For example, I ran like my life depended on it and felt like my heart would burst through my chest. So that's a pretty bad cliche. I don't normally descend to that level, but I still find myself writing cliches more often than I'd like. And then another issue that I have is just comparing my descriptions to the descriptions of other better writers. There's some amazing writers out there who just describe and set a scene and build a world and establish a tone that just kind of blows your mind. I was reading the novel All the Light You Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, and here's one that just really grabbed my attention. Frederick runs in his place beside Werner, his left eye swelling, twin networks of blood peeling back across his cheeks, his collar wet and brown. So that one's just very elegant, very simple. It really takes you inside the scene. So really what this comes down to is we're trying to show, not tell. Another way to think about that is you're trying to describe something, not explain it. So today I've got a little test scene. It's not a part of anything else I'm writing. I just kind of came up with it, and we're going to do a little experiment for descriptive writing. So the scene involves a mother, and she's going to visit the father of her son's bully. She's very uncomfortable having to do this, but she knows that she needs to. So this scene is going to be set on a back patio, so I need to establish what that is going to feel like. One thing I like to do when I'm a little stuck on what kind of descriptions to include is I might just go outside and take a look around and get some details that way. All right, so here we are in my backyard. It is a chilly afternoon, and I'm going to just walk around and see if I can find anything in my yard that I haven't noticed before and that I might be able to use for the scene I'm trying to write. So let's have a look and see. All right, so I'm back inside. My backyard is not that exciting, so I didn't find a whole lot, but even so, I still found enough details to set the tone. So let's take a look. All right, so the first thing I noticed was these telephone wires sticking out of the trees. In some way, I got the sense that they were invasive. Let's try this. Above the fence, telephone wires intruded through the branches, disrupting primal secrets. That might be a little dramatic, but I'm just gonna stick with it for now. All right, and we're gonna move on. So we have a compost in the backyard, and it looks like this little guy escaped. It looks like a broccoli stem. So what I'm gonna do is switch that to watermelon and then have some ants covering it. It's kind of a creepier image, a little more unsettling. So it's gonna be like ants swarmed a watermelon rind tossed carelessly beyond the patio. All right, moving on, I noticed that the grass is getting a little bit long, and then you can see the dead leaf kind of stuck in the grass there, and it kind of has a desolate feel to it. So I'm going to once again swap out the leaf and put in a beach volleyball. So it's gonna look like this. The grass around it was long and sad looking and had caught in its grip a half deflated beach ball. The last thing I noticed was this moss growing on a wall by the patio. I love moss growing on a wall, so I'd love to use this in some way. So let's try this. I kept looking past him at a lush carpet of moss invading the garden wall. All right, so those are 3 things that I found in the yard, and now I'm gonna open up a Word document and put it all together and see how it looks. Okay, so I'm pretty satisfied with this. I think it's a good start. I will definitely go back and edit it later if I need to. Maybe there's too much description going on. Maybe I'll condensed it a little bit, but I think for now it works. And just looking at it, I see that we have intrusion and invasion. I think what I'm trying to do here is suggest that the mother does not feel comfortable in this place. But again, we're trying to show, not tell. So I'm not going to outright say that she feels like she's invading, but she's noticing these things around her as intrusions because intrusion is kind of what's on her mind right now. And then, I'm looking at it closer and I'm already seeing some weird disjointed parallels that I didn't even intend. So here we've got, something man-made. The telephone wires, they're encroaching on nature, the trees. And then at the end here, we've got nature encroaching on something man-made, moss invading the garden wall. So I have no idea what that means, but I'm already seeing that I'm coming up with things that I wouldn't have otherwise. So the whole point here is if you are having difficulty setting a scene, maybe just step outside, take a look around, and see what you find. All right, so that wraps up our video on descriptive writing. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you wish, and we'll see you next time.